Yo, this is Dad from home. As you can see, not going anywhere today. That's the decisions that me and my wife have made, to stay home for the most part. But these are the kinds of things that I want to talk about with people, with you guys, with myself, since I'm really just alone in my room. Just something I'm going to have to get used to. Something we all have to get used to. But what am I doing? I'm, working from home. In case you want to know, I'm a programmer, so I'm very lucky to be able to do that. I have a 1 year old and a 3 year old and a wife. We're in our 30s, and I live in the US. So you can think about whatever comes along with that right now in the world. Uh, we're kind of on lockdown. These are the situations that we're encountering now that are new for a lot of us. Our parents didn't have to encounter this much, so there's only so much, feedback you can get from, people's past experiences. Um, but because we don't go anywhere, we're still prone to this mental instability that's occurring with everybody being at home. So that's why I want to sit here and talk with everybody. I miss talking to people. Apparently, I found out that I'm an extrovert. I was giving one of my friends like dating advice because I sometimes do that with my friends and they probably hate it. Uh, and one of the other friends was like, "Don't listen to him. Don't listen to Jason. He's an extrovert." And I was like, "Wait a minute, am I really an extrovert? I guess I've always been shy, so I never really thought of myself as like very outgoing." But the question is, like, he asked me, do I feel like drained or more empowered after I engage with people? And I guess in the end, it is draining to hang out with people and talk to them. But really, I do feel more empowered afterwards. It's not so draining. And apparently, there's this whole. Apparently I'm an extrovert. So you can go ahead and comment, think about what you are, and maybe reflect on that. Maybe think about how it affects you in this world. So I'm trying to talk more out, outspokenly to people. It's kind of new for me to talk on the camera. I never made a video blog before. Seems silly for me to talk to a camera, but I feel like it's something I need to do right now. So I want to talk to you guys about being a dad in quarantine. Um, right now, um, there's only so many things that we can do with our children, so I want to take my kids to the playground. That's the first one we're trying to talk about. That's what I'll even title this one. Do I want your kids playing with my kids at the playground? So I went to the playground last night with my son, who's like 3.5, going on 4, to meet up with his friend. We have an expanded bubble. So we only hang out with this friend and his parents. And we go to this playground that's, for the most part, nobody goes there. Um, and if I see somebody else on the playground, I won't go to that playground. I'll go to another one. There's like multiple playgrounds at this school that we go to. And so we're hanging out, and people are going to show up. Nobody was there, but a few families started showing up while we were already there. So now I'm engaged with the question of, do I remove my children from this situation right away? Right away, that's what I want to do. But I also don't want to scare my children. I don't want to scare my son and his friend. And he's also excited about playing with kids. And I almost, want to blame the other parents for putting us all in this situation. Like maybe it's my fault as well. I took the risk of going out there. So there's that as well. Um, and we don't know what other people feel. I don't know that there's not some agreement that says, hey, if I'm already at this playground and you come here, you see me here, you're not going to come. Because apparently that's not what happened. They still came, and now their kid is playing with my kid, and I feel extremely uncomfortable about it. I don't know who these people are, where they've been. Do they, have, uh, you know, they're asymptomatic? That happens all the time. You don't know who's sick, and what they believe in, where they're going out into the world. Me and my wife, we pretty much, for the most part, don't go anywhere. Um, But that's where there's all these gray areas of what is safe, what's not safe. So I had to make the decision of, coaxing my son and his friend to relocate. I really didn't want to make a big deal about it because I know he's really excited about hanging out with other kids, and I don't want it to be like traumatic for him, because I feel like it's bad for their development. And that's the question that we're all asking about: how is this affecting not just us, but our children is the big one right now. That's what we care about right now. So, you guys can give me your opinion on what you think. If somebody, if you were at the park, would you like mask up your kids? Maybe I should have masked them up, but nobody else is masked. So then me putting a mask on my kids and starting to mask up myself is kind of saying to everybody else, you guys should have masks on. And if they don't put masks on, then what's the point of us having masks on? So now now all of a sudden it's a big party now, and I start being paranoid that everyone's gonna get sick. So then what? I guess I should just stay home, not worry about it. And that's the question. Do I want your kids playing with my kids at the playground? Yes, I want them to play with my kids so bad. Leon was asking the other kids to play. He said, "Do you want to play with me?" And that was adorable. And I don't want him to miss out on these things, but that's the world we live in. Maybe he needs to miss out on these things so that he can survive. Next week, or in the next few days, maybe I'll record another one. I have another question. Here's my next one. Should I buy a gun? That's my next topic. So you can tune in. Maybe I will buy one. Maybe not. There's lots of reasons to go either way, I'm sure. As a parent, as a homeowner, all that stuff. So tune in next time, and we'll talk about that. Might be hearing some kids crying in the back. That's the dad from home. We'll see you guys later.